All right, test. This is October 30th, 2018 at around 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the community being facilitated by Aaron Elliott. In this now of your time.
Hello, I'm doing very well.
Hello! We are full of wonder, wonderful in this way to be connecting with you all in this now. We will first start by wishing you a Merry Eve of All Hallows Eve. The coming week in your time, as you perceive and create time in this way, is a very specific permission slip for you all. An opening, a lifting of the veils. Yes, every day, every moment in this way can be utilized in this permission slip in this sense, but this day, these coming days, on your calendar wheel in this way are very, very impactful for a variety of different reasons in your civilization. Many different timelines in this way overlapping in this now. The Samhain Day, the celebration of the lifting of the veils, of the parting of the worlds, or the merging of the worlds in this way, is more often than not actually linked to in your calendar in this now on the actual date of November 3rd. The Bashar is having his session via Darryl Anka on November 3rd of your month, November. The day then that is more so linked to in actuality in the his and her story of the Samhain holiday in this way. But your celebrations are very much at their peak within this day and the coming days and the coming weekend and your weekend of last. Yes, you are very much in this opening. You all have created the experience of being able to elongate this opening. There is a wave. There is even more so than usual information being sent, opportunities, doors and veils lifting in this now, carrying through your coming weekends. I also in this way wish to state that the channel you see before you is in no way directly officially affiliated with Bashar Communications, but we are family, we are connected in a variety of different ways and are able to offer this perspective of the Bella in this now of your time. We then ask you, how may we be of further service to you. You may proceed with the questions from the community, however your imagination sees fit.
Okay, thank you, Bella.
Thank you.
I have 2 questions that I'm going to start out with, or topics, rather, that I already agreed to ask.
Yes.
Before we had the idea to put a lot of the questions in the hat.
Yes.
So we'll start with those. I know you did a video, or Gita did a video about your outfit.
Yes.
But I had someone, maybe you could just briefly...
Oh, yes. I would love to in that way. First, I am just a single representative from a larger community, from a larger race of the Yahel, yes? So my choice of dress in this way is just indicative of my choice of dress. This, by no stretch of the imagination, means that all members of the Yahel choose to dress in what you would depict as a historical costume in this way. I am playing with your culture, playing with your costumes, playing with your silhouettes, playing with your archetypes for a variety of different reasons. But I am in this way a bit different, you might say, than how the rest of the Yahel choose to costume themselves. But always individuals in this way are able to choose their own form of expression. The portrait brought through by Vashta Narada is a bit of a caricature of a caricature that was most relevant, most needed for the artist at that time, and also for the channel Gita before you. And for you all to begin to clue into certain aspects of my frequency. But it was more so, I can very honestly say, being utilized for the purposes of the channel, fully understanding my energy, fully being able to relax into my certain level of authority, you might say, showing myself as a bit of a captain, a bit more in charge in this way. The big shoulders give the energy of this. I am feeling it relevant and fun to perhaps expand your imaginations a bit of what you may have previously thought extraterrestrials need to look like in this way. I enjoy aspects of fantasy, aspects of the dream. So bringing in different types of archetype, different ways of costuming are also part of my trickster nature and part of what I feel relevant in regards to helping your imaginations expand to what they have always been. Does this make sense to you and suffice in this now?
Yes, it does. And I have one more aspect of that. One person said that the look creeped her out.
Yes.
Anything to say?
Once again, we are doing this a little strategically for the feeling, as we say, very close to your veils lifting in this now, the Samhain, the spooky, the creepy is being done very strategically in this way, for it activates certain, perhaps hidden definitions that you may still be holding on to in regards to actually having contact with extraterrestrial races. If you are very honest with yourselves, you will, more often than not, still find a certain level, however slight, however quiet that may be, the vibration may be, there is still a certain level of resistance, a certain level of fear, a certain level of us being a little creepy, for we are alien in this way, as you would actually define it. And so by me playing, by allowing the channel, the artist Vashta Narada to receive her own translations of my energy in this way, brought forth a very specific, intentionalized energy that will ring like a bell, and that, yes, may be a little creepy to your perspectives in this now, but this is being done very strategically, for then you get to feel this emotion, And then you get to use this emotion as the alarm bell, you understand, to help you clue into certain beliefs, certain stories that you may still be holding on to, that in actuality you are truly not in alignment with. So we thank you for finding me a bit creepy. That was the intention.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And some people said they didn't find you creepy, but one person did, so. Alright, so the second topic is how is your heart and other Yagel's heart and mind different from human?
There are varying degrees of this. We can say there are certain aspects of the Yagel that operate with what you would understand as one heart. There are also those of us that have chosen to have what you would understand as two very differentiated hearts. I am in that way a member of having two very different, in a sense, specialized hearts. The Willa, in this way, brought through Darryl Anka, also is a member of this two-heart club, as well as we think it fun, once again, to remind you all of the 13th Doctor and the Doctor Who from your BBC series also is depicted as having two hearts. I will speak then specifically from my perspective, for I have the ability to have what may more so be labeled as my heart. My heart, that is the translation device still between what you would understand as my higher self and the physical mind, in a sense. Our physical minds do not operate in the same way perhaps as yours, for we do not have the experience of not knowing. To a certain degree, yes? For we more so have the ability to truly see all of the potential parallels in the now and have a greater sense of knowing in this way as part of our original design, of part of our incarnation, as part of our way of exploring physical incarnation. But unlike you, we more so have the connection of knowing truly what we know in the moment. That really is ultimately the only difference, we might say, between our races and between our race, the Yagel, and your race, is the knowing. The knowing that we know. You are on your way to truly knowing what it is you know, but still you will have the experience of, in the moment, not being supposed to know, truly being the actor on the stage and allowing the heart to truly act as the radio, the relay of the higher self. Our physical minds in this way are not in the same level of the agreement of amnesia, you might say. It's a slightly different type of show. The character itself in the show knows itself to be a character. Once again, you all are on your way to doing this, but part of your ultimate experience is always being a character in the show and knowing that the character does not know. Then the second heart of mine in this way is geared, is attuned more specifically to my channel's heart, the Gita, in this way. I am then able to relay very specific information to her, to be able to read her biology, to be able to read what the body is doing in this way, to be able to send very specific, very direct information through her in regards to maintaining the level of clarity that is utmost preferred for this very specific type of connection. Then through her, I am also able to be very connected to the Earth collective at this time. My heart in this way, the heart that is operating from my very specific incarnation in this way, is also then geared to the greater collective, the all that is in this way. But then the second heart, as we say, it is more geared directly to the channel and to the channel's needs and the needs of our furthering, deepening connection. Then also to be able to read, to be able to explore, to be able to truly feel the Earth collective at this time through the channel. Does this suffice as an answer for you in this now?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll start with the hat questions now.
Oh, how fun.
Okay. Here's the first one. So I have some people put personal questions in, and would you like to hear their names after I read the question, or you don't need to?
No, we do not need to in this way. Thank you, though.
Someone asks, what is the next step for me from where I stand in my expansion?
Always in this way. The next step truly is the formula, you understand. Truly following your bliss, your excitement, your passion in each and every moment to the best of your ability, with integrity and without any insistence on the outcome. Truly, truly. But allowing yourself to ground, to truly slow down in each and every moment. To truly feel that part of you that, as we said, will never know, is not designed to know. It is the character in the show. It does not know. You do not know. And know this to be the setup, to be how your incarnation has been organized. To truly feel the state of not knowing, to know that you do not know, and then to know that that is something that you know. To then know that there is the actor aspect of you, the higher self, yes, that knows the show, that can see the entire landscape and is giving you the next and the next and the next and the next direction to go. And to truly feel, to ground, to know this within you, that this is the setup, this is the principle, this is the organization of this incarnation. And to truly ground into this, and to find the fun, to find the freedom in the knowing of the fact that you do not know, and to know that that is something that you know. And to then know that you will get exactly what you need from the actor aspect of you, from the higher self aspect of you, when you need it. Any idea, any exploration, you understand, any excitement in this way will come through you, will be translated from the higher self, from the aspect of you, to the actor part of you, to then the character that is only getting the next and the next and the next idea. You are only giving yourself what is truly needed in the moment. You are only giving yourself just to the end of the tip of your nose, for that is all you need to know in this now, is what you know. But the more that you truly ground into this understanding, that you truly choose to know that this is how, in fact, it really is working, you will then relax the aspect of you that really feels the desire to know. You will relax, and you will then show, in a way, the higher self, the actor aspect of you, that you truly are understanding, you truly are understanding, and you are then ready to receive more precise and specific ideas and informations in regards of where to go next within your journey, within your process. Many different techniques in this way to utilize the idea of grounding. We always offer the idea of earthing, to allow your bare skin, whether it be your feet, your hands, your belly, whatever feels like fun, directly on the earth. This need only be for a few seconds a day, as you understand time in this way, but truly relaxing into the connection that is the character and the actor, and your connection to Gaia, to the electromagnetheric energy of the planet, and truly allow this energy to run through your body, to open your own channels, to make you receptive to your own radio in this way, to calm, to calm, to calm. This will then help to slow down the relay, as we call it, the energy, the pattern that is your signature frequency that is always, 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 always being sent from the higher self to the physical mind, but it moves rapidly fast. For the higher self is always giving many different ideas, many different options, many different excitements all at the same time. But as we say, as you ground into this understanding that you are the character that doesn't know, and there is the aspect, the actor of you that does know, and then doing any type of permission slip, any type of action, any type of tool that feels fun for you in regards to grounding. It could be spinning in circles or jumping up and down. It doesn't have to be literally earthing, you understand. Any idea that comes through you in regards to grounding is what is needed for you. And then from there, this relay, this information pattern can truly slow down, and you will be given the next and the next idea, phrase, action to then do that is truly the translation of your ultimate preferred frequency coming from your higher self. Thank you for this question.
Thank you. Very helpful answer. Okay. The next one is, how can I personally contact ETs in my own experience for assistance? Is there a family that would like to connect to me?
We are connecting now. We mean this in a way slightly jokingly, yes, but we also wish to be very sincere in our representation of the story of who and what we are. Who I am in this way as a direct representative of contact. The fact that an individual has the ability to ask this question to us with a certain level of trust in this way in regards to what we may say points to us that there is that certain level of understanding then of who and what we are. So to first start from the question from the hat with where you are at. Meaning, fully feeling the contact in this way that is already occurring in this now. Feeling how it honestly feels in your body. Being very honest with the feelings and then linking it back to, as we said, any beliefs, any stories that may be out of alignment. Truly feeling the contact in this way that I am a representative of can then allow you to clue in once again on those alarm bells of your own emotional body. And also, we always wish to remind you all that it is not, in fact, the story that is important. It is the message that we are bringing through. And so, once again, we remind you of your own ability to channel any permission slip, any idea in this way that truly is most relevant for you. But also we can play and say, remember that perhaps you are already in the action of having contact in this now via these questions. Cluing into the actuality of some form of contact in this now then also allows you to align to create the contact that perhaps you have already had in what you define as a past. From our perspective, that is how you will begin to align with more of what you understand to be physical contact in what you understand as a future. Remembering, create the contact that you have already had. This can be done in a variety of different ways. Drawing, painting, running around in circles, talking to yourself. You understand, you will receive the permission slip, you will receive the excitement, you will receive the tool in this way that allows you ultimately to process the emotions, to find the emotions, to feel, to have a sensory awareness, a sensory experience, a sensory contact, that once again, these feelings then allow you to clue in on different beliefs, different stories that you may still be holding that are not in alignment. Or also, different stories, different beliefs that perhaps you have yet to uncover, that you have yet to discover, that are actually in alignment with your ultimate preferred vibration. And then also, we can give you one of our favorite tools in this way to visualize the eyes of whatever race, whatever family. And yes, we can say for this specific individual, there are very many beings in this way that are connected to this individual and to you all. If you are, for the most part, those of you that are attracted to this very specific vibration from this very specific lineage, for the most part, have very strong agreements. You all have a very, you understand, extended family in this way. And so, to visualize the eyes of whatever race you may think, of whatever color, of whatever sparkly nature, of whatever shadowy nature even, of whatever you clue in on. And once again, there is not the need to know the details. You will know what you need to know when you need to know it, honest and truly. But focusing on the eyes, having an internal imagination picture, or perhaps with your eyes open, focused on a blank wall, allowing the eyes to take form. Be it in your mind's eye, or be it perhaps you may see certain energies start to form from the wall itself, almost like heat waves on a blacktop. This bridge in this way, this new reality that we are all actually creating together as a family, then becomes that much closer. You are in the action of having contact. You have already had contact, and you will be having more contact, but contact is always in the now. Thank you for this question.
Thank you. Okay. The next one is, why do actors have to read the lines hundreds of times in order to have the memory of them?
Yes, we find this to be a very interesting question in this way, for the channel in herself was also an actor. We will be very honest, we allowed her to take a little peek, in a sense, on some of the questions to see what she may be up for in this way, and this question she found very interesting herself, and this is the answer in this way that we are giving. So it is the belief structure in this way, first off, of the belief that one needs to spend a lot of time memorizing the lines. It is first that belief, that story that the actor is telling themselves that this is how it needs to be done, that this is how it is the reward in this way for the work, for the challenge of memorizing all the lines. It is part of the belief structure in this way from the actor individually, and then also a collective belief. You understand that there needs to be a certain amount of pain in order for there to be gain. You all are moving out of this and understanding the more quantum nature of time and space. So we then asked the channel, how did you memorize your lines when you were an actor, dear Gita? And she was able to remember channel, essentially in this now, the version of her in a past that was able to, in a sense, channel the lines. For the show, the play, the story, if it was not already a reality before it was created, after it is created, it is in this way actually, on some level, a physical reality, a physical experience. And when actors are cast in certain roles, there is an agreement, there is a story, there is a alignment, there may be even soul connections in certain characters in this way, that the actor is having the agreement to connect to, in a way, a simultaneous version of the all that is, yes? Any story in this way then is actually brought into a reality, brought into physicality. And more often than not, when a show is written in this way, it is also channeled. The characters are telling the story through the writer. And so it is, as you would say, a well-written story. The lines make sense. The actions, the objectives of the characters make sense. More often than not, stories come through very organically, very true to form in this way, being an accurate depiction then of the reality that is in existence. So when an actor goes to memorize the lines, as we asked the channel, as we asked the Gita, she was able to tune into these characters, honest and truly, to hear their voices, to know their stories, to be able to see them, even though she did not fully, in that version of herself, understand that it was a channeling experience in this way. The lines, the story, the archetype, the frequency of the character made sense. And so she was very much able to memorize the lines in what perhaps society would define as very, very fast, because on a subconscious, superconscious level, she understood the quantum nature in this way of actual reality and was able to soften, to relax, to receive the story of this simultaneous incarnation from the all that is. So as we said, this is mainly due to a belief structure, that it needs to be done this certain way. But in actuality, once the actor has, from their mind's perspective, memorize the lines, when they go to recite the lines in the action, in the now, in the play, they are channeling. They are bringing through a simultaneous reality in actuality. We thank you for this question, and we wish to make sure, does this make sense to you in this now? Does our language, does our explanation of this resonate to you and make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
And this, we say, can be how entertainment, how art, how storytelling very much changes in the coming years on your planet for your evolution as a consciousness.
Okay, great. Okay, the next one is, what civilizations are lower in density than us, and what are their names and locations and limitation factors?
The first in this way that we are being shown is the Bernard civilization that the Bashar and Darryl Anka has brought through before. You are in resonance and understanding of this. They have gone through a very similar cycle in this way. Mainly, what I am being shown, what I can translate from my perspective in this now, is the agreement to being influenced, to having the experience of being influenced. That being said, I do feel it more so relevant to share with you all from my perspective that there are very few civilizations that choose to go as deep, that choose to go as dense. And it may not be relevant in this way for you to know of another civilization until you are ready in this way to begin helping and aiding that particular civilization. For from my perspective, I do feel it more profound, more empowering in this way for you to truly feel how the all that is sees humanity. As the ultimate gangsters, you might say, the ultimate way showers, the ultimate trench diggers of the all that is. Truly, truly, we are inspired and amazed by your ability to dive into limitation, to dive into density, and many civilizations that are in a higher frequency are able to learn much from you. And those that are in a lower frequency, you might say, may not be of the standing, of the inner standing, where they would be ready to receive. And in this way, then I am not ready to receive and then relay to you, but there are few. And we feel that this is more so an impactful and empowering answer to this specific question.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. The next one is, can you give us a practical permission slip to help people learn to listen?
To help the individual themselves learn to listen, or are you thinking that you can help other people learn to listen? That's the first differentiation to make there.
I don't know. That's all the question that I have, or that's all that I wrote down.
We will then take it from both directions.
Okay.
So, how you then allow, help, aid, and assist any other individual to listen is by listening more yourself. Yes?
Yes.
And as we stated a bit earlier, the best way to listen in this way is to slow down. Ever so slightly. Relax, relax, relax. Remember, as we said, the agreement, the organizing principle that is your incarnation. Remembering the connection to the higher self in this way, and relaxing, 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 to then receive, to then listen to you, to listen to the ultimate you. To become a better listener for yourself, through yourself, is then how you align with other versions of individuals in what you perceive to be an external reality that are better listeners.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, Sadie Strunk says hi.
Hello!
Okay, when and where will the Yael start open contact with humans?
Once again, we are in this way utilizing the channel through the biological telephone for the ET2 phone home. So in this way, we say that contact is happening in this now. And also, for you all, once again, to remember the contact that you have already had in what you define as a past. Many of you in this way have already had many different interactions with different fractions of us in what you perceive as your dreams. And what you all are truly remembering, understanding, is that there is no difference between what you define as a dream and what the all that is defines as a reality. But we also understand your question, yes, and within the next 10 years, we can say most likely, most potentially, there will be what you understand to be more so open contact. But we implore you in this way to feel that you are already in the act of contact now. With yourselves, with your higher selves, with any other aspects, any simultaneous incarnations that you may be cluing into, different aspects of the family, different aspects of what you would define as the children. There are many different ways that contact is currently occurring.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So it's 3 o'clock now. We started about 20 minutes late. Do you want to go on 20 minutes or just end it at...
We thank you for your awareness, and we can field 3 more questions for now.
All right. The next one is, what connection do look-alike people who are not related have? Is there a deeper connection than appearance?
This can vary from situation to situation, you understand? There is no blanket statement about anything in this way. But as we are being shown, more often than not, there is some type of soul connection, sharing different aspects of what you would define potentially as the oversoul, different percentages of the blanket, different eddies in the soul stream in this way. Exploring certain themes, certain archetypes in this way. And it can be fun for individuals that are lookalikes to meet each other. We do observe, however, interestingly enough, that more often than not, these people don't actually meet. It's just oh, you remind me of so-and-so. Or, oh, look at this picture. You look just like my sister. And it then becomes a mirror, in a sense, for the individual who is being recognized to see certain aspects of themselves reflected back to them. But it also can be very fun and very interesting for individuals that are lookalikes in this way to interact. So we say more often than not, yes, there is some type of connection in this way. There is also potential in some ways for some type of genetic connection as well, but more often than not, it is a oversoul, a theme, an archetype in this way that then creates the physical form to utilize a specific journey for the incarnation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Someone says, I believe I've had contact with enormous giants. Who are they? Which ETs may have put a small implant in my tooth, and what purpose does that serve?
Well, these are 2 different experiences in this way. We are being shown the implants do not come from the giant race, as I am being shown in this now. But always, don't take my word for it. Listen to yourself. We are being shown that the tooth implant in this way, which may be more so in this now, a energetic residual that was done from the very specific lineage of the gray that is connected to my race and the races within the hybrid lineage, within the Contact Specialist Guild. You understand the story, these very specific grays. But as you all are now aligning and refining and redefining, you are then aligning with different versions of what you would perceive as a past, meaning that there have been changes, there have been accelerations, there have been integrations within this very specific lineage, and there are less physical implants in this way, less need for physical implants in this way, and are mainly energetic. There may be some experience of being physical, for you are physical beings needing a physical experience, but just us relaying this information to you in this way can then align you with a different version of a past if you so choose. That being said, I am then being taken to 2 different versions of the giant races. The first that is wishing to step forward in this way is the being that you would understand as a Sasquatch, the being that is more so linked to you all genetically before the different integrations, before the programs in this way began long ago as you perceive time. These beings are still active in different realms, different frequencies upon your planet, and have the ability to interact with you all in certain levels of very much what you would define physically. Not to say that they are detaining or abducting you, but there is the potential to slide, to align into more so their realm, to be able to have more physical experiences with these Sasquatch type of beings. They then also have the ability to connect to many of you in your dreams. This is one representative that may be relevant for this individual's specific question. We are also then being shown the giants connected to what you may understand as the red-haired beings. The mythology, the story in this way, the translations, I will be honest, get a little wonky around who these beings actually are and were in your society. This is part of the unraveling in the sense that you are all embarking on, part of the membering in the sense that you all are embarking on as we collectively rewrite the mono myth. But these beings, the red-haired beings, are connected to what we can translate in this now aspects of the Nephilim. Aspects of the demigods, you might say, that were created long ago. Descendants in ways of the Anunnaki. In this way, they are showing now that they are not necessarily representatives of either side. We can say, for it is most relevant, most applicable, most empowering for you all to truly remember that all things inherently are neutral and you are the ones that truly assign the meaning to it all.
All right.
One moment. For this specific individual, we are being shown that they may have had some encounters with the Sasquatch being, but for this specific question, it may be more so relevant to play with the idea of the red-haired beings. We will say, drop a hint, Cormoran. And how different stories, different mythologies can then actually link you, give you more breadcrumbs to follow, for you to find connections more so to your present now, your present mythology in regards to this very specific type of hybrid lineage. We thank you for this question.
Thank you. So one more question?
Yes.
All right. Okay, here it is. It is, that was one you already answered. Here it is. What is a helpful perspective when we feel that nothing is exciting?
We understand this concept. We first wish to remember, we first wish to remind you all that the words, finding your highest excitement, came through very strategically, very specifically to get you all to clue into the ultimate signature frequency that is you. That it was understood more often than not, your imagination would translate this as a very grand idea, as a very large undertaking, a career change, traveling the world, you understand. This was done very, very specifically and very, very strategically to allow you all to more so clue into your vibration. But as you all are beginning to, as we say, ground and fully know and fully integrate, fully come down a little bit, we might say, we understand the sensation of perhaps apathy. So we then advise you all once again to get very, very, very grounded. Slow down to feel yourself in the moment. To start with the breath. To know that sometimes your next moment, your translation of your highest excitement is to take the next breath and to then slow down your awareness to truly feel your ability to realize that you are in the act of receiving the translation from your higher self, be it as seemingly simple as taking the next breath. To be in awareness of the receiving of this, to then be in the gratitude, we can say, for your awareness that you are receiving. To then breathe very deep, to feel. And to feel then your ability to have the awareness of your ability to receive, to feel the appreciation for your ability to take that next breath. Keeping yourself in this very positive spiral, this very, very positive spiral of being aware of your appreciation of the appreciation, and by all means, it then appreciates. And you then have a stronger foundation, we might say, to clue into the next and the next and the next idea that may feel more exciting, that may give you then a stronger indication then of your ultimate higher self's translation. And then to have perhaps a different relationship to the things that you know you need to do, such as breathing, as we discussed, but also knowing that you are thirsty and that you desire water, to again slow down and realize first you are in the awareness of receiving, and then you are in the awareness of the awareness that you are receiving. Then you can have the appreciation for the ability to get yourself a glass of water. You understand? With each and every need in this way, or each and every aspect of your day that you may still be defining as something that you quote unquote need to be doing, to have a different relationship to this. And this will build the foundation to receive more and more, to redefine what you feel is divine.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I guess that's all.
We can then, for we started in this way a bit later due to our connecting, how fun, flipping through realities in this way. So we can then field 2 more questions, making it then a nice prime 5. 2 more then.
How many biological mothers and fathers can a hybrid have at most, and how many do you have?
This is, in this way, a very interesting question from our perspective. For we will first state that all individuals who have donated, participated in any level of the hybridization program, be it genetic, energetic, or information, are then in diluted forms within all of us. Our family is that vast, is that wide, is that varied. And so it depends then on that way, again, of how you define it. What percentage you require in this way to then have it be defined as a child or a mother or a father, yes? From our perspective of the Yahyel, and from my more personal perspective in this way, this varies. This varies depending on what version of me I am being, you might say, and what version of me needs to connect to what version of my parents. So in times I am aware of around as small as a dozen, and then other times as many as upwards of 5,000. This depends. What is relevant, what is needed, what is necessary in this way. And this is part of the journey, you might say, that you all are undertaking, to simultaneously remember how unique, how special you are, but then also how connected we all are, how many of us we say there are, how big the heart really is. Or hearts, you understand.
Yes. Okay, I'll ask one more. I just want to let you know that my phone might die, so you just continue to talk. And I
oh, to die and then be reborn. How fun. Yes.
Okay. Here is... Someone asks, why do I exist? What should I do with my life? How to be 100% happy? And what is success?
And what is success?
Yes.
Well, we can say success is how you define it. And I will say I very much give the very quote-unquote Basharian answer in regards to these types of questions. Your purpose is to be you. Honest and truly. That is it. To die and then to be reborn, to feel the experience of disconnection, to then remember the ultimate connection that always is. By, as we say, fully grounding into what you know, into how you know it is all orchestrated that you do not know, you do not need to know, but you are always, always, always connected to and rebirthing into the aspect of you that does know. And you will receive, honest and truly, the next and the next and the next idea that leads to the more ultimate purpose that allows you to be the ultimate purpose that is you in each and every now. We also say that at some point in the future, you all may have the ability to be, as you say, quote unquote, happy all the time. But in this now, we feel it is about redefining your feelings. It is not so much about feeling good all the time, but getting good at feeling, allowing yourself to process emotions, to move emotions that may have been defined, may have been labeled as quote unquote negative, that are, yes, dense. They are also, yes, extremely integrative. And it is not, as we say, about feeling good all the time. It is about getting good at feeling, to have new relationships to these emotions, to remember yourself once again as the character in the show, and to allow the character to go through the show, to play out the scene that is the dream that you are creating, and to allow yourself to feel, to express, to emote, to move these emotions. For as you move these emotions, you ripple out the ability to bring these emotions back into balance for the all that is. These denser frequencies, these motions in the motion, the energy in the motion of the ocean that is the emotion, moves through the human biology, its perfect technology, in a very precise and specific way to allow these frequencies that have fallen into the gap, fallen into the denial, fallen into the shadow. You understand the importance of the emotional body coming from this very specific lineage. The importance of the emotional body will be felt. And so you can feel these emotions as though you are a character in a scene, as though you know you truly are in a play. You can feel these emotions very organically, very transparently, and then we advise to maintain the aspect of you that knows itself to be the actor in the show. This will truly help, from our perspective, to allow you all to have more fun by playing these denser emotions. You can be very sad, very blue, perhaps in fear, yes? But feeling the emotions for the sake of the feelings themselves, feeling the integrative aspects of them, the power of them, and remembering the perspective of the higher self that knows you are in a show and can feel how much you are learning, can truly feel the excitement for the expansion, and then can have a very different relationship to feeling good, getting good at feeling. We are all connected, regardless if the physical cord is in the outlet or not. This is your outlet to yourself. Our vibrations, our family, our community is always connected. Always sending information, always sending love. The door is always open. We send our unconditional love to you, and to you, good day.